Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing a lifted Jeep Gladiator. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Dodge Ram here in Heber for giving me some time with this lifted Gladiator. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. So under the hood we have the tried and true 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. It puts out 285 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. So before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now this particular Gladiator build is with a Rubicon X, so we of course have the cool upgraded headlights. You can see that this also has the steel bumper from the factory as well. So it gives it that, you know, kind of more modern appearance. So tire and wheel setup is 37 by 13.5 by 17 in the front and over in the rear. And it's really cool with the fuel wheels. I think those look great, all blacked out. And then you can see just how aggressive these mud terrain tires are. Now this is what I call the standard Jeep lift. You can see the Fox shocks that come with this. But this is something you can just basically buy right out of the catalog. Here's a look at the rear as well as those Fox shocks. So yeah, they're specifically made for the Gladiator, for the Wrangler. Rock rails with this. But I think the best part you guys will like is the side profile. With 37s, the Gladiator just looks so good. I mean, this is how it should come from the factory, 35s or 37s. And then just want to show you guys the taillights that you also get with the Rubicon X package, and also still have multiple recovery points here on the back end as well. And here's what those taillights look like on, so that's pretty cool. And then the Rubicon X also comes with the upgraded interior, so you can see this like red stitching here, part of the Rubicon, but you got the nicer seats with this. And then a big part is up front. It's soft touch here at the top, so that's an upgrade. Blind spot monitoring. I guess quickly talk about payload. 1,003 pounds. But you can see you've got again the upgraded seats with the Rubicon logo, so that's part of this Rubicon X. But they're also power adjustment or adjustable adjustment. Can't talk today apparently. And then you can see the fancy trim here, and getting it's not too bad. More fancy trim on like the steering wheel, and then across the dash as well. And you get stuff like heated seats with this, which is pretty cool. And I do believe it gives you the both cameras. Gotta shut the door to do that. Let's check. Yep, so you get the front and rear cameras with this package too, so that's another nice upgrade. And then we of course have off-road cruise control, and then being a Rubicon, we've got front and rear locking diffs. We have our off-road plus. We've got a sway bar disconnect, and then we also have our four-wheel drive system. This is pretty cool. So you can see right now it's in two-wheel high. You've got four-wheel auto, kind of like all-wheel drive, and then you have four-wheel high, and then you have four-wheel low. So it's got a really cool driveline select, if you ask me. But yeah, definitely a nice interior here. Now this is just the window sticker. You guys can see pretty loaded up. 68,000 to 155 is the MSRP on this Gladiator after options, not the aftermarket equipment. But again, you just have to add tires, wheels, shocks, lift, all of that. I mean, that adds quite a bit. It's probably another, I don't know, 7 grand maybe. I can't think today. Anyways, let's take it out and see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Push visibility over the hood, both mirrors. The rest of the rear. Fuel low. Well, wish us luck. Wish me luck. So Gladiator on 37s. Now I say this every single time I review a vehicle with mud terrains. If you don't like the ride of mud terrains, get all terrains. They make pretty aggressive all terrains, and there is a difference. Like the mud terrains, you can feel it chunking up the road. And you can hear them. All terrains just, they're obviously not as aggressive for off-road use, but I think they're fine. I've never had mud terrains ownership-wise. I've only reviewed vehicles with them and all of that stuff. And I've never been in a situation where I felt like, oh man, I really wish I had, actually maybe one time I think, There's a situation where I wish I would have had mud terrains. It was in my Gen 2 Raptor. But outside of that situation, most of the time I'm like, the all-terrains are fine. Now, I know a lot of people are going to complain about this engine. It's not a lot of power, but it's tried and true. This engine has been in Jeeps for, and just in, you know, the whole lineup, you know, Dodge, Ram, all that, for such a long time. It's a reliable engine. It's a good engine. So what you lack in power, well, you gain in reliability. It's a way that you could put it. So I think overall though, it's a solid powertrain. It's just not all that powerful. And with 37s, yeah, I wouldn't say it's struggles, but it you know, it's got to put some work in to move the tires. It's got to put some work in, that's for sure. It drives really well though. It's pretty comfortable. Man, there's more traffic than I thought there'd be. I'll get some speed up on the side road here. I guess I thought there wasn't gonna be a lot of people out because it's a holiday, but also there's a lot of people out because it's a holiday. Because they're having fun. Last day of fun before they gotta go back to their corporate overlords. Okay, get a little bit of speed up here. Yeah, again, not quick. It's not bad with the ride quality though for being mud terrains. Mud terrains are usually pretty uncomfortable. Again, you do feel some vibration with these, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Overall, I think this drives really well. Yeah, again, like I said, not fast. But you could, some of you might not agree with me, but I think you could put 35s on this and I think it would look fine. Obviously, it fits 37s and the 37s look great. But I think 35s would be just fine in terms of the look. And, you know, it would... This engine would be able to move them a little bit better. I mean, I've got my Wrangler here today. My Wrangler's got 35s. You know, 37s always look better, but I mean, I think that looks fine. If you ask me, I think that looks more than fine with the 35s. So, with this lift, this build overall, this is solid. And being right out of the Jeep catalog, basically, you know, it helps out with the affordability of this build. That's something that I think is important to note. And also, you know, long-term reliability, because it's built for the vehicle, right? This has been out for quite some time. So you've got that part that's good. I'm gonna pop it into the 4-wheel auto here. Love that 4-wheel auto so much. Makes it so you can conquer curbs. Now this was, when I pulled it off, it was in 2-wheel drive. I am 90% sure they did not get up this curb in 2-wheel drive. There is no way that they did that, because every single time I try to get up a curb in 2-wheel drive, unless you like, I don't know, were to ram it into the curb going like 10 miles an hour, it's just gonna spin. I feel like it's the dealership thing to do. I guess I'll do it too. If any of you work at a dealership, you understand where people will put a car in a place like up this where you have to put it in 4-wheel drive to get up. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Even in 4-wheel drive, we couldn't get it up. Anyways, but basically put it up the curb and then put everything in back in 2-wheel drive, so then you can like flex and people will be like, hey, look, I got up that in 2-wheel drive. Anywho, I'm probably gonna have to try a couple times to get it, because this curb is like, it's tall. It's funny, it's easier to get up rocks in Moab with these than it is to get up curbs. I promise you. Just go try it out in your Wrangler Gladiator in reverse, you'll understand. But yeah, cool builds. Let me know what you think. I think it drives well. I think I would personally go with all terrains and maybe even 35s. 35s wouldn't look as cool, but I think better fuel economy and capable enough. And then also this would be able to move the 35s a little bit better, but 37s, pretty sweet.